Hello everyone, Pierce Nation here. Welcome back to a new video today. Today I'm just going to give you a little bit of an update, let you know like what's going on. If I'm out for a bit, where I'll be. As you can see, I literally just got up, so I'll make this kind of quick. So basically what has happened is I'm able to go back to doing what I was doing. So I will be leaving this house in the next week, and I'll be going back to my old place. So with that being said, there will be more uploads, more videos, more Master Duel, Omega. Deck profiles will still be the same. They might be a little bit slower, but I will tell you this: I do have basically everything I need for sprites as far as sprites go. It's a very slow process with it, but it's not that big a deal. So I got my Onimaru Soul Sweeper. In the mail yesterday, I had 3 Sprite Jet come in, 3 Sprite Red come in, 3 Sprite Carrot come in, 3 Sprite Pixies come in, which you only need one of these, and 3 Sprite Gamma Burst come in. As far as sprites, that's everything I have. But the other cards are not that expensive except for blue. I'm waiting for blue to drop price before I make the purchase. Also, I've got some things on my end that I've got to take care of before I can build this. If that makes sense. If it's buying 5 packs of whatever a week, just so I save money, that's what I'm gonna do. It's not that big of a concern to me, because I've got a pretty hefty Altergeist deck that is now here, so I won't have too much to contend with when it comes to a lot of things. But I am happy to see the sprite. Most of my sprite engine has came, so with that being said, we will be able to play sprites here in the nearby future, where I'm able to dictate what I can do now, and I can leave whenever I want and all that good stuff. We'll be playing regionals again, so I'll get camera and everything set up so I can play regionals, and I'll show you guys the clips. From most regionals allow it, but there's some that I've been to where they're like, no, don't video record, because they get really upset about it. So YCS, you can't at all. But yeah, we'll try to get them. When we do locals, I'll definitely get one for it. I'll have a stand so I can put my phone on it, and in between duels, I can just pull up like a battery charger. That way, I can record my duels and keep going throughout the whole day, so y'all don't miss any action. I know people are really excited to see this Altergeist deck play, because it's very potent. And also, I do want to make a quick shout out to all the people that have come in my channel within the past week. In the past week, we went from 190 to what is now 221. That is a ridiculous high number. I have never had that many people come in my channel at one point in time. But I hope it stays this way, and I hope we keep growing. That's what I really hope for. Because we will continuously do deck profiles, even if they're slow, a little bit at a time. Again, there'll be better decks than sprites, guaranteed. We know the Beasted Branded is one that sprites cannot keep up with, for a fact, because of their ability to spam level 8s, level 6s, and I think level 7s, I think, was what they are. Let's see. Level 8s definitely, because they can make Dragooblion now quite frequently, which makes it a problem. Let me see. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to look this up. I sent to him a while ago. That's Dimension Force. That's the band list. There they are. Okay. So we got level 6, a level 8, a level 6, and a level 6. And then a level, what, 12? Yeah, which is Alba, which is the ultimate card in that deck. The Beasted Alba Loss is literally the best card that's going to be in branded decks. And all you gotta do is tribute 2 beasted monsters and bam, there it is. They're only gonna be playing at 1. And it's gonna be an if, not a win condition. It's gonna be very, very tough to beat. I actually just got the one of the branded cards that I have to have. The other card that I'm gonna have is gonna be the Ecclesia whenever it comes out. It's very important that you have at least one of it. And one that I got yesterday, which is in this binder right now, and I'll show you. I got a playset of it, but I only needed one. Is Fallen Ash, the Albaz the Ashen. I finally got it. So I finally got a playset of it. What else did I get last night? Oh, yeah, I got the Scareclaw stuff. Straddle. Got a whole playset of that. Trying to think. What else did I get? It's got my IP and shit in it. Eventually I'll make a video showing you guys what's all in this deck. Or what's all in this this binder. It's just got some like rare cards that are rare to me. A playset of King of the Swamp, Torrential Tribute, more Fractal Patchwork shit, more Fallen Albaz, my token collectors. Basically, like, my rare cards and the cards I like would use for a side deck go in this deck. Or in this binder. Because I don't want to lose stuff like that. My Numeron shit when I thought about building Numerons. Super Poly. My playset of Vision with Eyes of Blue. My starter deck Kaiba Lord of D, which is, I'm sure you can see it. Yep, there you go. It's one of the rarest cards I've ever picked up. One of them. I've got the playset of Brand of Expulsion. A bunch of other crap. My fusion deployments. Just in case. There might be a format where that comes back. Some of my guy stuff like Immoletta, Pukari, and Fajaret, which I'm thinking about putting that in Altergeist. I just don't know. I don't know where I want it though. It's not as good as the other ones. I don't know. It's just not as good. Well, what's kind of cool about Fajaret, and I've got to figure out how to use him. He's definitely a 1. You definitely run him at 1. But whatever link monster, like let's say you have to link off Pukari, Meluseek, or one of those weird ass cards, and you special summon a link monster. To be able to get into this guy, you have to have another link monster. It says when an Altergeist link monster is link summoned to your field, you can target one other link monster on the field. You do not have to control it. It says you can target one other link monster on the field. Special summon this card from your hand to your zone that target points to. Also, for the rest of this turn, that monster is treated as an Altergeist monster. Where I don't think this is good. And this card could actually be very, very useful. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you this now. And the point I was getting to earlier is it can't be summoned on your opponent's side because it has to go to the zone it points to. So, like, you couldn't target your opponents and then special summon it because of specifically how it's written. so you can't. Immortal Leaf, people don't use this card. I'm gonna tell you this: I've used this card many times, and this motherfucker wins. I promise you. The reason that this card wins is number one, it's Spellcaster. So Sacred Village will work with this. Okay. It is still considered a trap, but it is considered a spellcaster. So you can lock your opponent out. Second of all, you always worry about Twin Twisters and Lightning Storms and everything like that. But with this card, this is a trap that is special summoned. So when it's on the field, it gains this effect. It says, special summon this card as an effect monster, spellcaster light, level 4, 1400 attack, 1800 defense. Put it in defense mode, it's pretty bulky. And it won't always survive. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that now. That's why you have protocol and everything else. So, this card, it's also still a trap. So, if summoned this way, while it is in the main monster zone, other Altergeist traps you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. Also, neither player can target them with card effects. So, Immortal Leaf protects a lot of stuff. The only thing it doesn't protect is a Cosmic Cyclone. That being said, people play Cosmic Cyclones in the side, not normally in the main anymore. So, with that being said, Immortal Leaf is very good for the format. And if you're not playing it in the main, you should have it in the side. And if you're playing the land, or the Demise of the Land, I would side that out and throw this fucking thing in. Because it's an Altergeist, for one. You can link it off and get in. You can start climbing with Altergeist monsters. Immortal Leaf works for that. It is a Altergeist, which is ridiculous. And why this card is not seeing play, I'm a little confused on, to be frankly honest. Now, I've cut it out of mine. You've noticed it's not in mine. But I really think I've been going with what the meta is playing, and I think I should go back to what I should be playing, which is the Altergeist, which is why I don't pull any Altergeist. Because, I get people, I get where they come from. I used to run 2 Purkery, 1 for Jared, and 3 Immortal Leaf. And then I was like, you know what? No, I'll go with what they're running. And I really don't like what they're running. If I have to be frankly honest. Because before, I was putting up fucking numbers. Now, I'm playing the waiting game. Okay, am I going to get destroyed this game or not? Because I'm a little confused at this point. So, I think I need to throw Immortal Leaf, the second Pook, and 1 for Jared back in it. For Jared's really good late game. Or if you're trying to start something, you go for Jared. And you can actually get him back with Manifestation. There's a lot of other cards that do it. Selene's eventually going to be in this deck, so Selene will be able to grab for Jared and pull it back. And then for Jared could turn Selene into an Altergeist, which is kind of broken. So, as we know, for Jared is the least productive one, but is not bad. And also with Multi-Faker, you can grab for Jared and special summon it straight from deck. You'll be like, well, why is that useful? Well, if you can somehow bring for Jared, which there's thousands of ways to do this, to get for Jared back on the board as an Altergeist and change a Link monster to an Altergeist. You only need 1 Link monster and then another. When you special summon the other, you can then special summon for Jared. Well, if the Jared is sent to grave without Manifestation, how do you get it back? Prime Banshee, easy. Just send it to graveyard off of access code or memory Gant, which you should be playing both, and you'll be able to get for Jared back. Now, people are a little confused on mostly in my comments about how can I link climb into memory Gant. Simple. Pook can do it from hand with one other Altergeist, so that gives you link 2. Immoletta Leaf can activate as a trap and then be linked off. Very simple. That's a link 3 already. And then you got Faker Silk. Silk can bring back Immoletta Leaf, which will give you that extra push. Because Immoletta Leaf is one of those traps. It's like freaking Eldritch. It's annoying. I love it. And it's so good too. Helps you push for game. Especially when you're staring down like Memory Gant. Immoletta Leaf helps me win every fucking time. I think the card only comes in a common. I'm actually going to check that right now. Pretty sure it does. Yeah, I've got Pook and all that good shit. I took out the Dark Renewals and Altergeist and the Crackdowns. Strictly because they just wasn't getting the job done anymore. Scar the Vendread. Once mine gets banned, and it will, trust me. Just trust me. It'll get banned. It's being overplayed. It's like access code at this point. Surprised access code ain't banned. But I think the reason the access code ain't banned is because it's not having like a bigger impact as it already is. I think Selene will get hit, which will limit access code. So I don't believe that Altergeist Immoletta Leaf has a different printing. No, they only come in commons. Wow. So yeah. I have the highest rarity, unfortunately. Well, damn. But Immoletta Leaf is really good. Pook's really good. Fajaret can be good in certain situations. If you run this card, which is the only one I'm talking about, it's that one right there. If you run this one, because all 3 of these are good. If you run this one, run it at 1 because it's not really that good. But you just heard me say, oh, it's pretty good. It is pretty good in a certain situation. Now, there are certain situations where you don't really have enough Geist, but if you have full Fajaret, and you're able to get like Hauki, and then you're able to get like a Link Karibo out somehow, you can turn that into an Altergeist play, which is what you're trying to do, because my deck consists of Altergeist. So I play 3 Hexia and 3 Memory Gant, like literally. Like I've got it all mixed up because I was playtesting it earlier. 3 Memory Gant. That's my ultimate win condition. You know, when people look and they're like, well, what's going to give me wins? And, you know, they're like, oh, I'll go access code. I don't understand why exactly Lars wasn't playing Memory Gant. Why Lars limited his Altergeist in order to fit in these Mystic Vine baits. What I'm going to do, and I think it'll work better than Lars, is run like Immoletta Leaf, 1 Mystic Mine, have some cards that'll be able to add Mystic Mine. I'll have probably Immoletta Leaf in the side until Mystic Mine gets banned, because it will. But Scout's on that one. And then, you know, we'll play it from here or there. I promise you Mystic Mine will be banned. Yes, I am using it. Hang on. I'll pull it out for you so you can see it. There it is. I am using it. I run... like I said, I'm for real when I say I run shit. So... that's specifically what I run in my deck. I can go any situation Once I get Mystic Mine set and I start building a board and I get enough cards in hand to actually do something with it, I throw on Sacred Village and I end the game. Because with all these Tearlaments and the sprites that need spells, I say no. And Branded too. I can stop Branded. It doesn't take a whole lot. And you spend like $1,000 on a deck, and then I can take a deck like this. I have like a few cards in it, and I'll be able to stop you. It's kind of shitty. This deck is almost done. Just need the cards this week. Once I get said cards, it'll be said and done. There won't be much to it. I should have it ready to go by Saturday. Before the tournament, I will spit out the deck profile and show you what I'm playing. Like on the day. Show you the side deck, show you what I'm siding. And then basically just walk you through, what I'm going to be doing. By that time, we should be back at the old house. So, I can run you through everything on my desk. I can have my old mic back. I can be in my natural habitat. And I should have it pretty cleaned up by that time. Because the house doesn't need cleaned up. I should have it pretty well kept and cleaned. So, I'm really excited to get back there and do what I love to do. And I'll be really excited to go to these tournaments too. Because I haven't been to a regionals in over a year. It's been well over a year. The last time I went with Drytron. I actually made it to YCS. If you've never heard the story, I'll go ahead and explain it to you. So when I went into YCS, we were playing what was known as Drytron Buster Blader Sword Union Carrier is basically what it was. And what it could do is lock you out of everything. Like you had the Vantage Ruler, you had Buster Blader, you had that Herald of Ultimateness, you had Eva. It was quite the mess. So if I can remember how to piece it together real quick, I may see if I can do that for you so I can show you what it looked like. Oh, wrong one. Hit the top one. There we go. I'll have to stretch out the screen real quick. I'll just go ahead and show it to you. Because I really ain't doing anything anyway. There we go. Go wee. We'll minimize real quick. Alright. So then I should be able to pull this up. There we go. Gotta make sure my buddies aren't texting me. So I know this is basically what I run now. Oh, they added the cards. Well, this is what I'm gonna run now. I guess I gave away my idea. These are the cards. These cards do a lot of work. And this thing right here just happens to be a Light Fairy. So it's nice. But this is what I'm turning Drytron into. This is my idea. So, with this being a Light Fairy, this works for the original Drytron. So, basically, I can pull it up here. I'm just going to start new, and I'm going to show you like what it was. So, you had 2 of these, 3 Fafnir, 3 Nova. You didn't run any shower, and then you ran your normal package. You ran 1 Ralsty, 2 of those. And I think you ran through Gamma. I think. This should be it, because this actually used to be used to get your resources back off of this. So you run one of those, and then you run one of those. See, did I ever use that? I don't remember if I used this card or not. Possibly. I'm gonna leave it out for now because I don't know if I used it or not. So the card that I'm talking about, that one right there. So if you read this card very closely, it doesn't seem that bad. But if you read this, it says, while this card is equipped to a monster, you can special summon this equipped card. While this card is equipped to a monster, your opponent cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck, completely locking them out. And Drytron has a strong enough main deck that if it gets Buster Blader, it's gonna be fine. Or these other decks, not so much. So basically, you run this, and then you'll have, Union Carrier, which is banned, obviously, for good reason. Oh, it's not gonna let me add copies of it. Okay. Oh, they banned it in the OCG? What? So actually, I can't show you the full deck list because it's not gonna let me add the banned cards, unfortunately. But basically, you can target. That says so I can't really use the link material, which is not what you're going to use for anyway. You can target one face-up monster you control, equip one monster to it from your hand or deck with the same original type or attribute. So, yeah. It's pretty clean cut and dry. You either get a dragon or, you use this. It's pretty clean cut and dry. There's nothing really difficult about it. I used to use Link Monsters in order to do this. I just forget how I do it now. It's kind of stupid. I'm trying to remember. I think it might be there's one I used to use. No, that's too much. No, there's one I used to use. Not you. God damn it, which one is it? Nope. No. Damn it, there's one Link monster that turns itself. There it is. That's the one I used to use. So you could like use this pretty easy. Oh, shit. I'm trying to get to where I can get around and then, bring this back up. Put this over here. There we go. I'm trying to get to where I can actually like see myself and talk. So let's go right there. So basically how you use this is pretty clean cut and dry. All you do is basically if you can get Thubbin and Audubon and you get into your Drytron Fafnir, basically you sing Gamma, use Gamma, special summon 1, special summon 2, and then you can get into this. Pretty easy. And then you could use one and another Drytron, which you're gonna have some sort of ritual monster out there by now. And then you can, use them both, link into Amarillo, and then get Union Carrier, get Union Carrier, target this card, equip Buster Blade or Sword to it, and then your opponent's locked out of the extra deck. And then if you can extend more, which depends on what your virtual monster is, you could actually extend a little bit further and really pop this thing off. So like Drytron used to be really, really scary, and this was one of the cards that I used to use. The only thing about this card is once it's on the field, you cannot use this card as link material, which was what sucks about it, but it's a really easy card to use. I always used it because it was an easy link too. You know, it's not that big a deal. If Union Carrier ever becomes unbanned and you're thinking about like, man, how can I do that? There it is. It's literally the same type. It's the same everything. The same type and attribute. So if you ever wonder what is the card that I use for Buster Blade or Sword, that's it. It's pretty clean cut and dry. It's not that hard. This has been the one that I've always used for it. Is there an easier one? Maybe. But it's always been my strategy, and it really worked out very well for me when I did play this card. So it's pretty easy. If they ever unban the Drytron cards and put Drytron at full power, Drytron will run over the meta. I'm just gonna go and tell you now. It was ridiculous then. It's still ridiculous. It just doesn't have the power that it used to have. The power of its negates. Drytron doesn't have to have Forbidden Droplet. It could easily run Dark Ruler No More and be fine. It's ridiculous how that works. If I ran Drytron tomorrow, if I did, I wouldn't need droplets at all. I wouldn't even need Mystic Mine. I could just run it full power, throw some Cosmic Cyclones in it just for the Mystic Mine baits, and then go to town. Drytron's a deck that's so consistent that you can basically just fuck around with it. It's got so many monsters. People's like, well, you want certain Drytrons in your hand. You do want certain Drytrons in your hand. That's why the proportions are like they are. And this is the way they used to be played. Was you used to play one Rosti. People's like, well, we'll cut Rosti because he's not as useful. Well, technically he is, because if you have a handful of rituals and Drytrons, you're going to be able to do a lot with it. More Drytrons than anything, because they can literally send themselves. And then special summon. But you gotta remember, we do run 5 for a reason. Because they can only be special summon once per turn that way. So keep that in mind. Yeah, Drytrons were great. I remember playing the shit out of them. I used to do like the double package. I used to have like Quiritus and Draconos on the field at the same time. Like freaking epic. But yeah, that's basically the Buster Blader package for it. As you know, Ava got banned, which is one of the cards. I used to play it at like 2 or 3. I always played it at 3 because it was never a bad time to like get that card in hand and be able to send it off with Herald of Orange Light. Those used to be the only ones that you play. Like you play like Orange Light and Green Light. You never played. You cited Purple Light. But you've seen some of my deck profiles where I actually used it because my locals, we were seeing a lot of trap decks. And I was like, no, we're not doing this. But yeah, that's basically it. So this is all the time that I have to give you guys a little bit of an update on what's going on. That we will be going back to regionals here pretty soon. And we will be playing in person. And seeing a lot of different people and all their decks. I will be excited for that. I really will, because I'll get to go back to do what I do. And you know, everything else will fall in place. But besides that, I'm Pierce Nation, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Pierce Nation out.